team that we are all ready for our very next run. So take it away, Reef, with Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga DX any percent easy.
Hi everyone. This time is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga DX. Let's go speedrun. 3-time countdown. 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, this is Superstar Saga DX, or Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions in the United States. Obviously, we're playing on the Japanese version here. In my opinion, this is like the best looking 3DS game, like, no question. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but...
It does look really good. Maybe we should do some introductions here.
Alright, yeah, I'm Snoyan. I used to run this game a while ago. I made my own route, and then Ref came along recently, actually, like within the last year. And he fixed up the route a little bit, made it a little more optimized, and yeah, it's a fun time. It's very similar to the glitchless speedrun of the original Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, if anybody's familiar with that. So, but there's definitely some differences. We'll talk about them a little bit.
And I'm Alta Biscuit. I ran the original Superstar Saga, and yeah, I have never seen the remake speedrun before, so this is gonna be an experience here.
It's really good. It's really good.
I'll dare say that I think the remake is a better experience for your first time playing it.
Oh yeah,
because it's a much smoother experience, I think. Like, as much as I love the original, there were definitely some rough edges to it here and there.
No hate on the Bowser's Inside Story remake, but the fact that this game runs at 60 FPS is like, takes it over the top for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the main difference between this game and the original is this game introduces easy mode, which we're going to be using through this run. And basically it just increases your POW and decreases the damage that you take, so it just makes everything faster. We can't turn it on yet, but...
No, bye-bye.
How does one turn on easy mode in this game? I don't think I was ever prompted for it when I played through it.
Yeah, I don't think the game actually prompts you for it, but it's just a setting in the menu that you can do.
Bye-bye.
Unlike the other games, such as like Dream Team, Paper Jam, where you have to die in the battle first and then you can activate easy mode. The Dream Team speedrun's very annoying than that.
I did remember that in my playthroughs of those games.
Yeah, that makes the speedrun very awkward, especially in Dream Team, because you're so underleveled anyway. Like, I don't even know if you would be able to complete the game using the current route, if using normal mode, so... You're just required to take an immediate death in every boss fight that you do. But at least this game fixes that.
And this is the first of many times Luigi is going to get dunked on in this run.
Oh, absolutely. And here you go, turning on easy mode, right there, in the settings.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Absolutely. course, classic Superstar Saga, you gotta take the passport photo.
I'm teamed down on the pictures here, at least for Mario. I don't remember what I used to press for Luigi.
I'm pretty sure I also pressed down for Luigi too. Pretty sure it's like a scared face.
Yeah, that sounds right. I I remember like early in the my speedrun days with the original that I would make a joke that what ones you pick determines your RNG for the rest of the run, but it doesn't matter at all. Then again, we could have just said that, and you know, who's gonna call us out on that in the chat? Anybody?
Oh yeah, true. But alright, just some basic tutorial skips, and basic tutorial fights coming up as well. The only hard part is saying no, because the game obviously wants you to say yes. So you have to press right on the control pad at specific times.
Oh, so you can't hit B to just say no automatically, like in some of the other games?
Oh yeah, no. It's very rough. Can you do that in Superstar Saga? Just press B?
Yeah, you just alternate A and B, and you get through all the text real quick.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, you have to manually press it over in this game, so...
That's so much pain.
Harder than time set a precedent, I guess. Not a good precedent for speedrunners.
Well, I imagine, you know, you both have ran a couple different games in this series, and I've only done the one, so I can imagine when you're swapping between games that there's a bit of relearning of the menus here and there.
Oh yeah, and we should mention the ref has run all of the games at this point, including the very brand new Brothership as well. So that's extremely impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's impressive for anyone to do an 8-hour speedrun, such as
yeah.
That is a beast for sure. I'm not sure if I can do that myself.
I can barely handle 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, just getting anywhere near double that just sounds like a lot.
Reminds me of Color Splash speedruns back in the day.
Oh my god.
Definitely an uphill climb for all of those runs.
I mean, once upon a time, Dream Team used to be in the 9 to 10 hour mark.
That's true. And it is now down to under 3 hours. So if anybody's never seen a Dream Team run, that is something you should check out if you're interested in Mario and Luigi games.
I think the thing that's going to throw me off the most about watching this, like, by the way, I've never seen this run before. This is the first time I've ever watched this run. So, I'm going into this completely blind and only have the original speedrun as a reference. So, things are definitely going to throw me off here and there when they do variation. But the battle system is pretty reminiscent of the modern Mario and Luigi games, so a lot of the stats that I'm used to seeing on the enemies and damage are just completely scaled to the new battle system.
Oh yeah. One thing that's great about this game though is they've tried to keep the animations from the original mostly intact. It's not. I don't want to say that Dream Team and Paper Jam have less animated animations, but this game is definitely more animated, more reminiscent of the original, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very nice. I think it translates very well into the modern art style.
Honestly, like all of the remakes have just not only from the Mario and Luigi series, but Super Mario RPG and Thousand Year Door, like they've all done just fantastic job. Keeping the essence of the original, and while getting it updated.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess Super Mario 64 DS. I was gonna say this is the first Mario remake, but I always forget about 64 DS.
I guess if we want to be pedantic about it, Super Mario All Stars would be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
That's the '90s kid in me coming out. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's a great remake though. There's no
yeah.
reason to play Super Mario 3 on an NES when you can play the All Stars version. But yeah, the Border Hop minigame, classic.
It's taking looks like they're taking damage on purpose here to
Same
get less.
as the original. Yep.
Yeah, same as the original speedrun.
So you'll see here at the end there's a flagpole, and if you keep all of your health, like there's like a longer animation. So taking hits here on purpose actually saves a little bit of time.
Is there an FPS enhanced version of SMB1? There might be. Maybe that's the actual first remake.
Alright, first difference from the original, did you catch it? We did not grab the pipe. That's because I believe it's the only pipe that they've added, but they added a pipe in Uhu Village for some reason, which is very nice for a reason we'll get to later, but I believe it's the only pipe that they added for fast travel.
Yeah, that is pretty convenient, and like there's, I don't know, like how many times do you want to willingly go back to Stardust Field except for doing the Border Hop minigame some more?
Alright, so that's Tolstar. What we have to do, we have to collect 100 coins to get through the actual border.
Yeah, Tolstar took away all of our money, because the Mushroom Kingdom's economy is apparently in shambles and just is barely worth anything in the Bean Kingdom. So we need to get real money here.
Alright, one thing that I didn't mention is you saw that he was jumping with Mario and Luigi at the same time. That is not pressing the A and B button. So with the new added controls, the X and Y button, you can actually just press X and it controls both Mario and Luigi so you can jump at the same time. And it allows you to hit those coin blocks a lot faster. And yeah, there you go. You see, you have to scroll over left on the yes and no options. He accidentally selected yes. Terrible, especially here because it plays the whole like cutscene again. All right, so the only skip in the game coming up right here, similar to the original as well. So yeah, if you just stack Mario and Luigi here and then jump in this corner.
Yeah, that's a little slight variation on the original there. In the original, they use spin jump to get through that little barrier there. So that's really the only skip in the game here, huh?
That is really the only skip in the game, at least that we'll be seeing. There is one skip later on that I don't believe Ref is going to be doing based on this route, but I'll talk about that. It comes up in Trouble Outdoors, so later on, like an hour later. But alright, here we go. The essence of this game, the bros moves. Gotta love them.
Now, I'm sure we'll get more into it as we get further into the game, but I know in my casual playthrough that a certain item got nerfed into the ground, so I ended up using a different move for most of the game because of that.
Oh, yeah.
So...
They also got rid of infinite burst moves as well. Which would probably be useful if this game had any skips, but if there's any glitch hunters out there, I mean, this game, I think, is ripe for the taking. It is
And it's only got
very...
one skip. You could find the second skip in this game. Or the third one, I guess.
It'd be very nice. I feel like there's potential, definitely. Although I don't know how the game actually works from a programmer standpoint. But alright, similar to the original as well. I should just stop saying that because it basically is the original. We're gonna want to get advanced bros moves, and the counter starts right now. Like every time you do a bros move, it counts up to the advanced timer, and I believe it's 10. 10 times you want to do chopper bros or splash bros to get the advanced move, and we're gonna want those for the upcoming boss fights. So we're gonna definitely want to do those as much as we can. Even in these encounters coming up.
Yoko Shimomura came back for the remake of the game too, so she definitely added some extra flair to the soundtrack of this game. And, which one you prefer, I think, is dependent on on the person, but I think this one stands on its own also.
Definitely. A beautiful soundtrack too. Beautiful visuals, beautiful soundtrack. Like, what's not to love about this game? Plus, it's a great game. Like, it's Superstar Saga. Who doesn't love Superstar Saga?
But yeah, much like every other, well, I guess this is the game that started it all, but every enemy has a tell that will give you a hint on who is getting attacked at any given moment. At the beginning, it's pretty obvious who is getting hit, but they can get pretty tricky later on in the game.
And alright, I think we've collected enough money. Coming up on the first boss of the run. Another banger soundtrack, by the way. Or song. The boss. Classic. Yeah, we're just going to be throwing out as many spin bros and flash bros as we can to get the timer up for the advanced moves. The advanced moves do more damage, and also the spin bros advance allows you to hit spiked enemies, which is going to be useful for a boss later on. Another change there, I guess, is you can dodge attacks in this game, which we're not really going to be seeing, but if you press X, you can... It just lowers the damage, I believe, by half.
I want to say that was Dream Team that introduced it. I actually don't remember which game introduced that mechanic.
The dodge mechanic?
Yeah.
I think it was Paper Jam, but it might have been Dream Team.
Oh, can the level up bonuses be timed? I assume so.
Yes, they can. Superstar Saga still stands as the only Mario and Luigi game where not timed levels.
That makes the intro for that game just so atrocious.
Yeah. Especially at a top level, like 80% run, like it is just...
Yeah, Partners in Time was the first game that lets you time those level up bonuses perfectly, and it stuck around ever since, though. Brothership doesn't have the level up bonuses anymore. Whatever you get, it's whatever you get.
Does that make a big difference in the original, even on Tolstar? Like if you miss a PAL roll?
It doesn't matter for Tolstar, but it does matter for the first 3 bosses.
Oh.
Or the first 3 bosses after it. So,
wow.
Like, it makes a difference of a turn, or even 2 if you get roll all ones. So, needless to say, if you're going for a top time, it's Reset City because of it.
Wow. Yeah, imagine resetting 30 minutes into the run just from nothing that you can control.
And then you got the 50-50 way later in the run because you don't want Luigi to get experience.
Oh yeah. Also,
That was quite a day when I accidentally discovered that.
believe it or not, we're also going to be doing that in this run too, I believe. So stay tuned for that. It's coming up way later in the run, but yeah,
More
obviously it's not going to save like a ton of time to run compared to an 80% run of Superstar Saga, but still, 20 seconds to swing thing.
Sure is. And those heart blocks restore all your HP and BP. That's something that the Japanese version of Superstar Saga introduced. Yes, but the original worldwide release did not have it.
I really miss the Japanese 80% route. So great.
And that one has all the fun glitches. The
yeah.
Mush Badge is too strong in the North American version.
Such a shame. One thing I should have mentioned earlier is when they do the high jump, you can actually press B earlier and it will stop them from jumping up higher. So you can actually save a little bit of time if you release the high jump a little earlier. So it makes the movement here like pretty strict, I would say. But it's a lot of fun if you're actually the person doing it. So if you ever see like ref do a high jump and he like doesn't get the full height and actually falls down, it's just because he pressed it too early.
You know, one thing that the remake, and the SMRPG remake did this to me too, but since they're able to show more details in the remake, there are some things that I didn't realize what they were at first. There's embarrassingly, I didn't realize the Hammerhead brothers were just actually hammer shaped. I know they had hammer heads, but their bodies didn't look like that they do in this. At least to me, they didn't.
Yeah. That's interesting. But oh well, the climb through the mountain, pretty standard. It's basically just showing off the bros moves in the overworld. But here we're coming up on our first boss. It's actually RNG where these orbs spawn, and I know it's a lot. It's much more of an issue in the original than it is in this game.
They gave. I noticed that they gave you 5 more seconds for this mini game.
Okie dokie.
I don't know if the clip still exists on my channel, but I did have a mini game where I had it 2 spaces away on every single one, and I ran out of time.
That's crazy. That could just happen.
Yeah.
So all right, great fixes for speedrunners, I suppose. But all right, you see, it wasn't really necessary for us to spin jump that pillar, but we're doing it so we can get advanced spin bros earlier. And hopefully we will get advanced splash bros sometime during this fight. It'll make this fight go a lot faster.
Oh, does advance actually do more damage in this game?
It does more damage, and it also will target both the tower and Ururos at the same time. So, but I don't believe I believe the route we're using we won't get it until the end of this fight, so it doesn't really matter. but it will be important for the next boss. Alright, there we go.
So that's Advanced Splash Brothers. Is there a reason that defense is being used instead of dodging, or is that actually faster?
It might be faster for this fight, just for the lasers from the towers, but generally it doesn't matter. Easy mode, you're taking less damage anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter if you get hit or not. But mainly throughout this run, we're just going to be investing all of our stats into POW. As per usual, with most Mario and Luigi speedrun.
Yep, that checks out.
Bowser's Inside Story, I believe, is the only outlier where you actually want to invest into stash, because you're actually looking for lucky hits during the run.
Oh, because you're doing so many multi-hit attacks with the various moves.
Bowser's Inside Story is such an interesting run. Like, it doesn't seem very complex because it's like around 5 hours long, but the stat optimization in that game is incredible.
That was a skip.
Yeah, you can just jump around.
I wasn't gonna say anything. It's like, didn't hit the block to make the water appear, and then just suddenly clip through the wall.
Just
You
like
can
that.
cancel spin jump early too.
Yeah, that makes the Huras minigame a little easier as well. You don't actually have to wait for the whole animation to be.
I didn't notice that during the minigame, but it was very noticeable there on the final part of the climb.
Mhm.
Let's go! Okie dokie. Let's go!
Here we go. Finally, another boss fight. I never know how to say this guy's name. Like, Dragoho? I'm not really sure.
I always said Drago-ho-ho.
Oh, Dragoho. I see. Yeah, you see, we're actually going to do the advanced move here. And easy mode is just going to allow us to shred through these early bosses, especially. It's just so fast. You're doing so much damage. Like, we're going to get... And later on, we're going to be doing so much more damage because of even better bros moves that most of the bosses are going to take less than 2 turns.
That's the same MO in the original game, really. Like, you're just gonna use the most overpowered attack you have, and it just shreds the bosses. I do find it interesting that the advanced moves are doing more damage. I don't remember that from my casual playthrough. Because the advanced moves sometimes did less damage depending on what it was, and it was really strange.
I didn't know the original was like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, like the Splash Brothers Advance did less damage than regular Splash Brothers, unless you hit a spike enemy with it, then it does double damage.
Okay. But alright, here we go. Prince Peasley. A recurring character throughout this game.
That charming shine.
We're finally gonna get the hammers. Another classic Mario and Luigi Bros move.
Oh, is this the return of the minecart game that we're about to get?
Oh yeah, you already know.
Well then, the question has to be asked, is today the day?
I hope today is not the day, but we'll see.
I hope today's not the day either, but the question must be asked every time. For anybody who doesn't know, like when I used to run in the original, I made kind of a big deal about how I never failed the minecart game, and I never did, but there were some close calls, and it was always like, was today going to be the day that it happened?
You can never be too comfortable. I believe they made the minecart minigame a bit easier in this game as well. You hop in the air for a bit longer compared to the original, I feel.
Yeah, you definitely do. The timing was honestly kind of unreasonable depending on when things fell in the original. Oh, there's another pipe there.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I forgot how many quality of life pipes they added to this.
I'm not super familiar with the original, so I only assumed that the Hoo Mountain pipe was the major one, but I guess that's just like a speedrunner perspective. But alright, these guys are pretty annoying. Like, if you run into them, like, they're just not much. They will run into you. Enemies in this game or encounters are a big problem for most of the time. We obviously do not want to be getting into enemy encounters, especially because we're so overpowered from easy mode already.
Yeah, the extra experience is definitely not needed. No, what happened back there with that Goomba, the Bowser's Minions side game is unlocked to play. We're not gonna do that, presumably, but
I've actually never played through the side mode of this game, I can't lie.
it's a lot faster if you use amiibos, from what I remember. Like, otherwise, a lot of it's just kind of... It almost feels like a mobile game with how they designed it.
Yeah. I got that vibe, for sure.
I don't know... Like, has anybody actually submitted a side game?
I believe so. I believe somebody has submitted a run of this game's side mode, but not Bowser's Inside Story.
It does not look like there is a run on the leaderboard.
Oh, really?
I swear I remembered one of them getting approved, so maybe they deleted their run.
Yeah, I remember one as well, but there you go. Free world record for anybody interested.
The price you have to pay is amiibos. So pay to win world record right there.
Yeah, that encounter is very tough.
I remember the sewers, even in the original. These enemies are just atrocious.
These fireflies, they just move so fast. It's so hard to actually like predict where they're gonna go.
At least you're not losing money for running away in this game.
Yeah,
I'm not
running
sure how
away-
tight the money route is in this.
It's much more generous in this game.
So, for some reason, this castle's security system is having faulty plumbing, which is an interesting choice of national security when your next door neighbors have two very famous plumbers.
Very convenient, right?
Yeah. No, to be honest, we don't really see them do a whole lot of plumbing. This is one of the few games where they do.
I can't think of any other game where they actually do plumbing. Maybe Mario's Hotel, right? That's the only other game I can...
Was Hotel Mario really the first one?
I think so.
I guess if we want to be like... the original Mario Brothers, maybe? The Mario Brothers arcade thing? I mean, there's enemies coming out of pipes. They're kind of in a sewer thing. I don't know, this is a stretch.
And the enemies in the sewer, that's also a throwback to the original Mario Brothers as well. Interestingly enough, this remake does not allow you to play the Mario Brothers arcade game on the home screen, which is probably a downgrade, I would say.
Can't even wrong warp to it by accident.
Let's go.
It's still
Okie dokie.
unrecreatable.
It still baffles me to this day. Alright, so I imagine the same strategy is in play here where Splash Brothers Advance is going to be used.
Oh no. He accidentally did not click advance.
Oh, but
It's okay, you got this.
Yeah, it's okay. It's gonna be a little bit slower because the SP route, I believe, is pretty tight, but it's okay. We'll get through it.
So yeah, normally you can't use jump attacks and spiked enemies, but Splash Brothers Advance lets you do that, and it does bonus damage on top of that.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to defeat both of the arms, and then the crown will just fall off of her head, but Flash Advance is very useful.
One thing they did in the menu with this game is that they made it a lot more obvious that you can attack the arms. They have the silhouettes of the arrows above the arms when you get to choose the menu, but I've heard multiple stories from people that on their casual playthrough that they didn't know you could attack the arms, so this fight took forever.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
they
sure
were
I
just-
got stuck here as a child. Maybe showing my age too. Very difficult.
Yeah, like every little complaint I've heard about the original has more or less has been addressed in this game, and that's one of the small examples of how.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
But alright, super easy. Just took an extra turn.
Oh, yeah.
Not much of a time lost there. It's frustrating because it's just one click away, right? But that's how this game goes.
Menus can be tough sometimes. Like, sometimes it's not until you've actually ran an RPG or something that's heavy in menus. Like, it can it'll catch you.
Yeah, especially because you want to go through the text so fast. Like, hitting these inputs are extremely, like, it's a tight timing.
And then when you miss the menu, is okay, the Luigi being pushed. This game has just so many fun moments like this.
Speaking of amiibo, this run is actually much faster with amiibo because when you scan amiibo in this run, the game gives you beans. And these beans just so happen to give you special items from a coffee shop. And we're going to use those special items because, especially the Great Force, we'll see upcoming. But that won't be until after this next area, I believe. But we're just going to go ahead and scan all the amiibo now.
Nice amiibo collection here, Reef.
Yeah, definitely. Scrolling through all of the heavy hitters of the Mario series.
So, little fun fact about the 3DS: the older models of 3DS don't have an NFC reader built into them, so they sold this attachment which connected through the infrared port that you could scan amiibos. I have one of those when I first played through Paper Jam because I didn't have one of the newer 3DS models.
I guess that's something we could talk about too. Is I believe it was Paper Jam actually was the first game to be released specifically or after the new 3DS had launched. So games released before Paper Jam, the load times they're like negligible. There's a negligible difference between the load times between an old 3DS and a new 3DS. But Paper Jam and any game released after Paper Jam is where the load times started becoming a lot faster on new 3DS. So they actually started taking advantage of like the better system. So this game is actually way faster on new 3DS compared to an old 3DS. So if you're ever interested in running this game, you should probably invest into a new 3DS. Not only for this weird like NFC reader chip into the bottom screen, but it's also like way faster.
I had no idea about that with 3DS games.
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? Like, I did the timing. Dream Team, it's like, from my testing, even old 3DS seems faster for Dream Team compared to a new 3DS, but for this game, it's way faster on a new 3DS compared to an older system.
Alright, we got a banger alert coming up here.
Oh yeah.
Who is that? And on the right.
It's Ricky, obviously.
Oh, of course. He looks so familiar. I couldn't place the name. A question from the chat. The new 3DS models have the NFC reader built in. And I believe it would have said new on the box if you bought it, though. If you have a 2DS, it should have it too, or at least the clamshell ones.
Yeah, the 3DS had an interesting like lineage of consoles, right? Like new 2DS XL. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the one I have for the new model.
Yeah, that also includes the NFC reader. BC, we're just mowing through these bosses. Like, I think that was 2.5 turns, and we're already done.
In the original any percent run, I think it got optimized to the point where you want Luigi to die here also. So it added another 50-50 to the run.
Great. So yeah, normally in like the original, like any percent run, like this is where the run starts kicking up, right? Like normally it's pretty lackluster until this point. Or I guess
I mean,
in an upcoming few minutes
after this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where they teach you how to use the hammers, bros moves outside of battle. I think they will pop up with the combat ones the next time Reef gets into a fight.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hammer.
While we're going through this room, do we have time for a couple quick donations?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, we have $10 from Saga Star. No comment on that donation, but thank you very much. And we also have $10 from the Flying Marlin. Nice of the princess to invite us over for a picnic, eh, Luigi? I hope she made lots of spaghetti. Thanks to everyone who's been involved with this event. It's been a phenomenal couple of days. Let's get that Celeste incentive bent. Let's go, Reefson. And that only puts us $340 away from meeting that milestone incentive for us to add that Celeste bonus run to the schedule. But we only have until the end of this run to meet that milestone, so if you would like to see that Celeste bonus run, make sure you get your donations in.
Let's go.
Yeah, it might seem like we have a lot of time left, but this run is gonna fly by.
We're already past 45 minutes into this run.
We're almost a third to the game. I think after this area is basically a third through.
That's what happens with these comfy RPG speedruns. The time just flies by before you even know it.
Here we go. The barrel. Infamous, even. I would say.
The infamous barrel.
But we're just gonna use it to deflect this fireball. Nothing special.
I've never seen this room before. All right, I'll cut out the bit, but I've seen it a lot more since Rando started happening with the original.
So possibly a theme of this game, but the enemies throughout the remainder of the areas are just going to become progressively harder to avoid. So I'm hoping we won't see more unintentional encounters, but they might be almost impossible to avoid coming up. Especially these Shy Guys. And we're going to see a variation on these Shy Guys even later that can throw the spears even faster, so... But for now, it should be fine.
Much like Hoo Hoo Mountain, this section of the game, now that they've given you the bros hammer moves, this is your final test of sorts on how to use them in every way imaginable.
Jump. Hammer.
I think they gave you more time on this one too. I want to say it was 12 seconds in the original.
But alright, coming up is a sort of mini boss, I believe. And this is where we actually know how to skip this boss. But the process to skip the boss is so risky because you have to take an intentional encounter that it just becomes, if you miss like there's a frame perfect trick that you have to do before initiating the encounter. And if you miss the timing, you just get into the encounter anyway, and you have to redo the entire encounter. And because our experience route is so tight, especially for this like beginning stage of the run, if you miss the trick the first time, it almost becomes slower to not skip the fight. So it's incredibly risky. I believe it is faster overall. You would have to take an extra encounter to like get your experience set up correctly, but overall it's just much safer to take this fight instead.
Ooh, going for the one cycle here.
Oh yeah.
Dang, they gave Wiggler a lot more HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wiggler has like 25 HP in the original, I want to say. It's like really low.
Here, I'll post a link to the boss skip in case anyone's interested in the chat. I definitely would not be the best at
Oh yeah.
playing it.
That looked pretty clean.
That was pretty clean, especially because the timing for the Chopper Brothers in this game it's so strange because you almost have to press A like slightly after the prompt comes up on the screen. So I've definitely had my fair share of missing Chopper Bros in this game when it definitely seems like it should have worked.
I seem to recall that from my casual playthrough too. It's definitely a strange. It's not as intuitive as it would look.
Especially compared to the original, I'm not sure why it was changed like that. But alright, here we go, an encounter, like, it's just so hard to avoid. At least you can run away immediately in this game, which is a nice quality of life change. I think that the rest of the Mario and Luigi games going forward adopted pretty well.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, like the enemies just get even more devious as it goes on.
Especially, we're gonna see an area called Joke's End. The enemies are just atrocious in that area.
Well, now that all the chocolate fruits have been collected, we can move on to the boss of this area. And then they just run in and they're just doing whatever.
Apple just likes to cause mischief, as far as I know. He's just that kind of guy.
You know, there's a bit of a noble bit to that. Who doesn't like causing some mischief? So to make the world's best soda, you have to tell it jokes and puns.
Let's go. Okie dokie.
It's great.
You too can make a sword-wielding soda if you tell good enough puns. Or bad enough puns, depending on who you ask.
So I believe in the original, this boss has the only, like, unavoidable attack.
Yes, there's two bosses that have unavoidable attacks, but this is one of them. Roy has the other one.
Oh, yeah. I forget, yes. But in this game, yeah, it's still difficult to avoid, but definitely not impossible like the original.
Yeah, the move that we're referencing, it's when a Chuckulator is shooting orbs like that, and it's specifically when he goes to attack Mario with the sword and then goes to attack Mario with the orb. Just the angle of which just makes it really hard to avoid. That definitely felt like it was an oversight in the original,
absolutely.
but they fixed it in this one.
Oh yeah. È tutto preparato, no? Oh yeah.
Nice, there is no drop chopper bros. Which honestly sounds like expected, but trust me when I say it's a lot harder than it seems to not drop choppers in this game.
Oh yeah.
And it ain't easy to mash on a 3DS either, so...
Yeah, you can see Ref in his face cam. You can see him put the 3DS down onto the table so you can mash A. Like, it's incredibly awkward.
Let's go.
But alright, I would say this is kind of the quasi-tutorial section of the game. After this, the game's probably... It's mostly just gonna let us loose, so to speak. We're actually gonna get to explore the world. And then the upcoming area is also extremely notable for some difficult enemies to avoid encounters, especially. You see them when they come up.
Oh, the viruses.
They're great. Here we go, little solo Luigi section, the first in the game. See it a few more times throughout.
That... I don't know if they cleaned it up at all, but Queen Bean's laugh sounded like exactly the same.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if it's just the same voice clips, just like non-compressed.
Yeah, her laugh is pretty distinct.
Alright, so like I mentioned before, because of our amiibo, we picked up so many extra beans. And just so happens you can collect a lot of cool gear from this coffee shop and turning in your beans.
I completely forgot about this animation.
And they've kept all of the cool Easter eggs, although some of them might be a little more outdated nowadays, but they're still the same.
Does he still come down and visit via a Game Boy?
He does.
I can respect that.
They were taking no chances with updating this game.
This may be a surprise to some people, but for the day of rechargeable batteries, is Nintendo handhelds needed AA batteries. Do they even sell those anymore? Are those still real?
It doesn't feel like it. But even in a glitchless run in Superstar Saga, I don't think you would see the coffee shop, just because there's no point, because of the gear is so overpowered in that game. But actually, we're gonna get something called, I believe it's the Mighty Force, which is equally overpowered in this game as well.
I'm assuming it functions the same as Great Force. It's you deal and receive double damage.
Yes.
There's the Game Boy Color.
See, they were taking no chances. It's amazing.
It's even the see-through one. Now that's... Oh my god, it's the Ocarina of Time noise. What is this? I completely forgot about that. I was not ready for that.
Yeah, that's basically what we came here for. Sadly, the speedrun is pay to win. You have to buy all of these amiibo just so you can go fast. But it's worth it for speed. We're going out of our way here a little bit. We're going to collect what I refer to as just the #1 pants, but it greatly increases both your speed and POW, I believe. So we're definitely going to want them on the bros, and it will allow us to take turns even before some bosses. Like, our speed is just going to be so fast that we can take turns even before the bosses get to attack, which is normally not possible.
Does this game... I forget if this game had any of the go first items where it was like guaranteed to go first.
I believe so. I'm not too familiar with all of the gear in this game. Because we're only going to be using these pants for a short period of time. We will get better pants later on in the game.
If there's any area that got a glow up in the remake, it's definitely this area in Woohoo University. The Star Room just looks so cool.
Oh yeah.
And cue the annoying enemies.
Yeah, so these hallways here in Woohoo University are so annoying. And you'll see why. Like, just like that. It's incredibly hard to predict where these enemies are going to go. And it doesn't get any better as it goes on, because you'll see the areas get even more constricted as we progress to the area. So these guys are going to be a nightmare throughout this entire area.
I do love that mechanic that they added with the Dr. Mario viruses, that if you color match them in combat, they all die. Hey, that's just a really cool addition that they added there. And the puzzle is unchanged. There's a side room here that tells you the solution to this puzzle, but you don't have to see it. You can just walk in here and do it. It's the same every time.
So yeah, the idea of this area is we want to get this light back to the starting room, and to do that there's these off rooms where you have to solve puzzles. And it's basically just going to be a combination of all the bros moves that we've gathered for this point.
So while we're going through all these rooms, do we have time for a quick update?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so just checking in on that Celeste 90% one-handed run found in Bid War, it is actually a tie right now between Pesto is Besto and Trans Rights. Both of them have $20. So if you would like to see one of those names take the lead, or if you would like to add your own name, get your donations in and apply them to that incentive. And that also puts us even closer towards meeting our $2,000 milestone, where we will add in that Celeste one-handed run as a bonus run.
Get those donations in. Definitely more games the better for these speedrun marathons.
Absolutely. We can make that marathon, this marathon, just that little bit longer.
There's a hidden side room in this puzzle room that Mini Mario can get to in the bottom right corner that I did not know about until the remake. Because there were arrows on the ground that pointed where it was.
I didn't know about that until just now, actually, so what do you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, at least a lot of people's first experience of seeing that is probably playing the randomizer, because that's 4 checks there. Those blocks. But there's a lot of little hidden rooms like that, and it's kind of incredible.
So you saw he just decided to jump on this this virus, and it's really just because this one is so difficult to avoid. In particular, you can see that the room's just so tiny, so it's just better to get it out of the way. And we get a level up out of it as well. So it's gonna make the boss fight just that much faster.
And this is a room that you have to pass by twice, also. So it's.
Yeah, it's not that hard to avoid on the way down, but like on the way back up, yeah, it's too much.
And this, one other thing that's just kind of funny about this game is, all of the names are just puns on laughing. in some way or another. And so you have, you know, Hoo Hoo Mountain or Teehee Valley or Guarhar Lagoon. It's like a lot of these names are just puns on laughing. And if you didn't notice that before, well then I will take the pleasure of pointing it out to you for the first time.
Let's go!
You get a little bit of a Donkey Kong arcade type of thing going on here.
Mamma mia! Wow!
It's one of the things that it's one of the things that this series just they kind of pride themselves on it. Like they love their wordplay in these games and visual jokes. I think it. You know, I won't spoil anything about the new game Brothership, but they really ramped that up in that game, and it was you know, I enjoy that kind of humor, so it was great.
Sorry.
Hi.
And Reef is approaching the end of the dungeon here, or at least the first checkpoint of the dungeon. This is where Cackletta will be fought out here. At least the first fight against Cackletta.
Another banger song, by the way.
Absolutely.
This one's pretty divisive, I would say. I would say most of the songs before this are pretty well liked, but the electric guitar, I don't know, some people are turned off by it. I personally think it's great.
You may be wondering why Reef isn't saving before the fights.
Okie dokie.
It's because modern Mario and Luigi games let you automatically retry the fights if you fail, and don't send you back to the last save point.
Extremely useful for marathon runs,
Oh yeah!
especially for any future Dreamcube runs.
Yeah, I'm feeling the electric guitar here. It's good.
I like it. I think it's great. You can see we're already in the second phase of the fight, even just from one turn, so we're doing a lot of damage.
Let's go!
I was curious if we were going to see the clone attack at all, because that one's a bit of a notorious attack in the original, because the only way to tell the difference between the clones is the shadows oscillating, and at 60 FPS, it's impossible to see. the way I determined the difference was I would stream at 30 FPS and look at OBS.
That actually made it easier to see.
Yeah, it did.
That's amazing. I didn't even know about that. I thought it was just completely random.
Oh yeah, when you're recording it at 30 FPS, it's really obvious which one's different. As the real one alternates on a different frame.
Interesting. Tool assisted speedrun.
Jump.
That was a
Hi.
cool double jump there to get both.
Jump.
So if you like that little like robot water shooting minigame puzzle thing, it's only gonna get more difficult from here. We'll see it again.
Jump. Hammer.
That was like some incredible dodging, by the way. I had absolutely no idea.
No encounters in that area is tough.
Hammer.
I told you it's extremely difficult. This is very deceptive.
Yeah, the perspective seems kind of off on this one.
It definitely is. Because even though it may look like it, this is not actually like 3D. This is still like it's still sprites on a background.
Let's go. Okie dokie. Let's go.
Second time we get to hear this banger of a theme.
It's going to go by just as fast, maybe even faster than the first time we saw these guys.
Does knockback advance make any appearance in this run?
It's just so slow, and it doesn't. And we're gonna be getting better bros moves. Bros moves that you wouldn't see in the original. They've actually made the I guess the secret scroll bros moves. They've made them like way better than the original. I'm pretty sure that they're pretty much pointless in the original version. But
Yeah.
they're gonna be making an appearance in this game for the second half of the run, for sure.
And one thing that the original had is both the Hammer Bros moves, the advanced version, those could go on infinitely if you time it correctly. I think the frame window is similar to super jumps in SMRPG. It's 3 frames when it gets to the lowest one, but I find the visual cue to be more intuitive. So it's easier to pick up than super jumping.
Specifically, the Chopper Bros advance is extremely difficult in the original to do infinitely. Chopper Bros seems a little more intuitive, but I could never get down.
That one I struggled to get the infinite on into. Like, knockback was always the one I relied on. So yeah, they have washed away on Oho Oasis here, and now the final powers that Mario and Luigi will get here for Fire and Thunderhand.
I know we're harping on it a lot, but another great song. They just don't miss.
This one, I definitely like the remake one a lot better than the original. Speaking of another song that got a huge glow up in the remake.
Oh yeah.
this is the same theme as the one in Joke's End, which is the second to last dungeon in the game. Like, that song, you know, the Superstar Saga soundtrack is really good, but this song in particular in the original, everybody panned for the most part. But they gave it a lot more of an ethereal and spooky vibe to it in this one, and I really like it.
It might just be a conspiracy theory, but I really feel like there's a lot of fan service going on in this remake. They definitely listened to a lot of the complaints that people had with the original game.
That's why I'll recommend people play the remake first if they're new to the series. It's like but both of the games, unfortunately, are going to have just accessibility issues. I guess the original is available on Switch Online, so it's a little more accessible. But the handheld games in general are just always a struggle for availability. I do hope that there will be a way to preserve the 3DS games in particular, because the DS games have been doing alright in that regard, but I think that's still relatively new ground on the 3DS.
We're getting there, definitely. It's way better than it used to be. There's been a lot of developments the past 5 or 6 years, I would say.
Hi.
Time for a quick donation.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, we have a $64 donation from the Toader. You've raised tens of thousands of dollars for charity over 10 years and have made a difference in the world. Cheers to improved technology and continuing to bring joy to the community and a voice to important causes all these years. Can't wait to see you at VGMCon. Thank you so much, the Toader. Can't wait to see you at VGMCon either. And that brings us only $276 away from adding in our bonus game of Celeste one-handed.
You won't want to miss that. Like, I've seen people run Celeste one-handed, various controllers. Like, it's still... It's a good watch no matter which way you slice it.
I can't even play
I'm really
Celeste.
for it.
I can't even play Celeste with 2 hands on a regular controller, so...
I never beat Heart of the Mountain or Farewell with 2 hands, so one-handed is going to be amazing.
Interesting skip right here, but they didn't cap how high Mario and Luigi could swim, so you could just spam the X button and just skip that puzzle right there that you're supposed to complete.
I completely missed that happened.
Definitely an oversight on the developer's part, but it's so small anyway. I suppose it's not a big deal. In the original, yeah, you cannot swim over that. There's actually, I believe you have to light a torch somewhere. But...
Oh, this is so creepy. Just the 3D out of nowhere.
È tutto interpretato, no?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. They definitely used the 3D animations a lot more in the Bowser's Inside Story remake, and I think that is hot take, but definitely for the worse, I would say.
I still haven't played the Bowser's Inside Story remake. I have a copy of it and it's still sealed. I just haven't gotten around to playing it.
Just keep it sealed.
At this point.
It's definitely like a collector's item at this point.
It didn't sell well at all.
Yeah.
We thought the series was dead there. That's a bean fruit that Reef just picked up. eventually those will be needed for something to progress the story, but nothing's stopping you from picking them up right now once you're able to dig.
Yeah, we're gonna be traveling around the entire map, so we're just gonna collect them as we go.
By the way, that bean spot there on that face, that exists in the original too when they don't mark it.
What?
I did not know about it until I played the remake here, and then I'm like, wait, there's a bean there, and then I loaded up the original game and had my mind blown.
Off topic, but can you play the randomizer with like randomized bean locations as well? Like, can you get items out of bean spots?
Yep. Every bean location can be a check. Every coin block can be a check. Those red and green goblets that were picked up as part of the hammer tutorials back in Chucklehuck Woods, those are the items that unlock your bros moves. So once you get a hammer and a green goblet, you're able to dig up all the bean spots, and that just is so many checks. It has Archipelago support. It's a pretty good Archipelago game.
So yeah, if you're a Superstar Saga fan, which I assume if you're watching this, you probably are, it might be worth checking out. Coming up is, I would say, one of my favorite boss fights in the run. I don't know why I love Mom Piranha, but I do. She's so special.
He's got a big old mouth. What's not to like?
We're just gonna be using chopped bros here, which is, like I said in the original, the timing is pretty difficult, and it's still not intuitive in this game either.
Yeah, the two smaller piranhas aggro whenever you attack Mom Piranha. They kind of expect you to destroy the ads first, but they have when they do their attacks normally the tell is predictable, but when they're in the aggroed attack, there's no tell, it's just completely random who they're attacking.
That was good RNG, by the way. We wanted to see the ball attack. Saves a little bit of time.
Oh, does that save an attack?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do other attacks as well. Slower. But that is a useful badge, I believe. We're going to be seeing it later on. It allows you to jump on spiky enemies.
Oh, is that I think it's just simply called the Spiny Badge.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I recall.
We'll be seeing that later on.
There's an improved version of the Spiny Badge in the original. I think it's just called Spiny Badge AA. And if you didn't include the Mush Badge, that would be the strongest badge in the game. So that's the kind of power that we're dealing with here.
Alright, so if you're keeping up the story to this point, you can say that Peach's voice did not get stolen in the opening cutscene. It was actually just Birdo this entire time.
Cackletta has been played this whole time, but then soon Cackletta will realize that she can just go take things instead of an elaborate plan.
The entire reason we're here is just completely changed.
Oh, so we got the escort quest coming up here.
Yeah, which is why the spiny badge worked, I believe.
Bye-bye. Thunder.
Wait, what are they doing here? What? What is this? I'm guessing they just tell you to come visit by their new place, right?
Yeah. Because otherwise, why would you even go check it out?
Yeah.
Another quality of life change.
Unlucky encounter there.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
So one of the other reasons in general why it's hard to dodge encounters here is that the enemies will aim after whoever's in front, but if you were just controlling one character, you would easily dodge it, but since you have a second person behind you, the way the timing works out, they're going to hit the person in the back. So that's why encounters are just so hard to dodge.
Alright, so coming up is something different from the original. We're gonna actually do these swamp mini games because we want the extra bros attacks, just because they're so good in the remake.
Is this RNG, or are you guaranteed to get this first try?
This is RNG, and I've definitely had at least a couple of runs die to this point because you just don't get it in time, and you run out of money. So
well, first try is pretty good then. That's cool.
First try is definitely great. Definitely risky not saving, but
something I learned in the original is that what you get is determined the moment you walk into the room. Like, if you save state in there and then try to hit a different one, you're going to get the same result every time. So choice is an illusion. Before the any percent route got turned into what it was today for the original, one of the other things you can get from that flop minigame is money. So you pay in like 200 coins and you get 300 back. There was an extremely cursed route where you wanted to get a couple of coin bonuses in a row to get extra money to buy mushrooms.
But alright, you saw that he equipped the spiny badge, and that allows Mario to first try kill all of these enemies. So we're gonna hope for as little cactus enemies as possible in all of these rooms. Preferably we want to see only the Goombas, but every time you see a cactus on the screen, it's time loss.
What was that just got picked up there? I couldn't see what it was.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, killing these enemies in advance is gonna make these rooms a lot nicer, just because if an enemy touches Peach, then she gets kidnapped again, and then you have to go rescue her again. I know in the original there was an extremely cursed strat with the camera where there was a little bit of a window where Peach could be off screen without getting automatically kidnapped, and the enemies don't have collision with her during that. But that does not look like that's a thing here, and that's probably for the better. That strat is just extremely cursed.
Is that still used in the glitchless route? Do you know?
If you are bold, it is used in the glitchless route.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like we're 2 for 2 on Cactus, or 2 for 4.
Extremely RNG, like this section is just brutal. There's not much you can do. I guess it's also worth noting that when we get a cactus encounter, we want an okay hit on the cactus with Mario. So the timing for that, you have to press A way earlier than you would normally for a regular jump attack. But if you know the speedruns for any other games, you also want okay hits in the beginning of Dream Team and Paper Jam, so Ref here is probably an expert on getting okay hits, I would assume. The timing's eerily similar to the other games as well.
Alright, that's 3 out of 5. The behavior of speedrunners everywhere, jumping to the music during the auto-scroller or shooting to the music.
You have to. It's an unwritten rule.
It is. I remembered seeing that on really old SDA runs, and I think everybody just did that after that. Oh wow, that's a really generous camera there in this game.
That was really scary.
Yeah, if Peach goes too far off the screen, she gets kidnapped anyway, even if there's no enemies.
While we're making our way through the desert and jumping along to the music, we got time for a couple quick updates.
Absolutely.
Alright. Well, I just want to say that we are just over $150 away from adding in that Celeste bonus run. Again, that is a milestone incentive, so if we cross $2,000 raised over the course of the event, then we will add in that Celeste bonus run. But that has to be done before the end of this run, and we have just under 2 hours to go left in this run. So if you'd like to see that Celeste one-handed run, get your donations in now. Like this $25 donation from Sporadic Erratic, who says, Celeste 90% one-handed? Take my money!
And that was the only Goomba that we didn't actually have to kill throughout this area. Oh, never mind. He's coming towards us anyway. And of course, we get 2 cacti right in the last encounter.
That was what, 4 out of 7? And not is it 50-50? Do we even know?
We do not know, but it's just random. It just hurts so much every time you see cactus.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Another great and original boss coming up, though. I love all of the bosses coming up throughout this section of the game. They're so great.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I assume it's a Mystic Whip, but it's fine. It'll still go by fast. It's no problem. Easy mode's gonna let us decimate these enemies no matter what. It's fine.
Let's go.
You know, I don't know why I just noticed it now, but I imagine the targets on Mario and Luigi are showing up because it's easy mode.
Oh yeah. You got what I used to do? And there we go. We saw the Spin Bros, which is actually super OP. And we're gonna be seeing it throughout the rest of the run. We've traded in Chopper Bros for Spin Bros.
I remembered using that attack in my casual playthrough of this.
It's incredible. And once we get the other Secret Bros move, we're also going to be retiring Chopper Bros as well. But that's later on. Level ups? And I would say from this point going forward, like, level
Oh my
ups
God.
are slow. Like, we do not want level ups. So you're going to see Ref just basically investing all of the points into speed for Luigi, so we can go first. So yeah, we lost some time there on that fight, but it's okay. Easy mode has got our back, for sure.
What happened in the fight? I didn't quite understand.
And there's a missed equip for the fight, but it's okay.
Oh, I gotcha. Would that skip the trunkle splitting into 4?
Yeah, I believe so. We basically lost like a minute, so... But it's no big deal.
So one little thing that the remake falls short on here is in the original Gino from SMRPG makes a cameo, but does not in this one, and in this mini game. It's funny because in the original's credits, they specifically call out Gino in the credits because it's a property of Square Enix and not Nintendo.
Can't believe they didn't get their rights to Gino. I guess there's still bad blood between Nintendo and Square Enix stuff, like, but who would have?
I'm sure glad we got the SMRPG remake though. That one, it was just so good.
Incredible surprise
Yummy.
when that dropped.
Huh?
But yeah, you should not keep playing the minigame here, even just to flex, because
Huh?
every time you get a bomb on the side, it stops the timer momentarily. So it's just better to stop.
Oh yeah.
It is possible to be too good at the game and then make it slower.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, so here's the extended solo Luigi section, which is also great in its own right, I would say. Mario's gotten infected with a strange mushroom from the strange toad land.
Luigi's feeling a little spooked though, so he needs to regain his confidence back. But how will Luigi gain his confidence back? Like, who can he look up to in this situation? Oh, is that not a Magic Koopa anymore?
Yeah, they changed it.
What the heck?
Yeah. Let's go.
It's actually the same sprite that they used for the doctor in Bowser's Inside Story.
Oh man, I didn't put that together.
Thunder.
I think by this point I hadn't played Bowser's Inside Story in so long, I just completely forgot about that character.
Hammer.
Got time for a couple donations?
Yeah,
yeah,
go
for
for it.
All right. We have $26 from Kinda Nerdy Housewife. You have been mid-quest speed blessed. with this small donation. That's amazing. Hope to see that Midwest Speed Celeste blindfolded run tonight. And that actually puts us only $125 away from meeting that milestone incentive, so thank you so much. We also have $100 from the Flying Marlin. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food about hot eat the food? That's a great question, the Flying Marlin. I would also like to mention that our file name bid war for Celeste 90% one-handed is still tied between Pesto is Besto and Trans Rights. So if you'd like to see one of those take the lead, get your donations in, and that even puts us closer to that milestone.
Jump. Hammer. Thunder.
Those were some great puns there in the donation.
They were amazing. I loved them so much.
So yeah, this little side quest here, Luigi needs to get the, is it called Krabby Grass? I want to say that's what it's called.
It is called Krabby Grass.
Yeah, this will cure Mario of his ailments.
So this looks very easy, but the way the momentum works in this game, this is actually like, it's pretty deceptively difficult, I would say. But it's no problem for Ref, of course.
It's the movement looks a lot smoother in the remake here, but your jumps are kind of locked in when you go to make the jump on those moving platforms. It's almost kind of like a Castlevania kind of thing going on.
Oh yeah. We're gonna see probably the hardest platforming of the run coming up.
Jump.
Oh yeah, there's the it kind of a boss fight, I guess.
I guess you'd call that.
It has the boss fight music.
It is difficult, I would say. Another expert dodge at saying no.
The locked-in fixed jump height's a lot more obvious in this mini-game boss thing.
Yeah.
Whatever we want to call it. I don't know, chat, donations, what do you call this here? Is it a boss fight? Is it a mini game? Is it both? Is it the liminal space where it is neither?
Yeah, my bet's on liminal space.
I'm gonna say boss fight. But we'll see what chat thinks if they get their donations in.
Yeah, we're so close. We're already halfway, more than halfway through this run.
Yeah, it's about the halfway point of that estimate.
Come tuturo sa rebaro. Wow.
You know, lightning strike on a clear day. You know, that's a very normal thing to happen.
We finally get to see the true villain of this game.
Mamma
Oh yeah, those are the same sound effects too. These are definitely the uncompressed versions of those sound
Yes,
effects.
definitely right. It sounded just like the DBA version.
Wow.
The animations in these games just make me so happy.
Oh, it's actually a 3DS though. They changed
They
that.
updated it. Wow.
They didn't need to update EGAT though.
They didn't stay true to the source material. I can't believe it. Maybe they kept Egad with a Game Boy Color because he's an old man.
Calling out all of
kind of
those.
fit the vibe.
I'm calling myself out here too.
Luigi's Mansion isn't that old.
Look, I regret to inform you, if a game is 10 years old, it's retro, so Luigi's Mansion is double retro.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so now we're starting the Beanstar quest, which is gonna go by a lot quicker than you think it would. But it basically involves us going around and doing some more minigames. Oh no.
I feel like everybody has one platforming snafu in their run somewhere. You know, like, it's...
Especially because the jumping is just so, like, I don't know, it feels like gravity's turned up in this game compared to the other more modern Mario and Luigi games.
Yeah, there's 4 Beanstar pieces, but this first one is probably... it's definitely the longest segment of it. Probably about half of the total time for all of it.
Alright, so another minigame. And this is like normally the point in the game where you, or the normally point in the run where you take a bathroom break, just because you're gonna finish this minigame so fast. You're normally gonna have like a couple minutes to spare. So definitely chill vibes right now. You get some great music.
And this is new music, actually, I think.
Yeah, this is from Paper Jam. This is the Paper Jam minigame music.
It is possible to get multiple clears at the same time, and you get the points scale up exponentially. With that, so if you clear 2 lines at a time, you get 4 points. If you clear 3, you get 9, etc.
See if Ref decides to try and flex his skills.
Yeah, the easiest time to get multiple clears is before this point.
Yeah.
Is the higher your score, the more colors they introduce to the mini game. Oh, looks like it's bathroom break time.
Definitely bathroom break time.
You know, this will be a good time for chat too. You know, time to get up and stretch and hydrate and all that good stuff.
Looks like Grief has done the same.
Yes.
It's nice and chill. It's a chill break in between. I'd say the Beanstar quest is pretty chill altogether, but then things are going to get a little more serious.
By the way, chat, now's a really good time to donate to help us meet that Celeste milestone incentive. We have $125 to go.
We're so close.
We are so close.
Also, another notable change, right? Like, there's no dry Donkey Kong, I believe. So, definitely another falter on the remake's part.
Alright, I took that time to get a bathroom break in there too.
As you
Yeah, I went and
should.
got some more water.
You know Yoshi's Cookie when you see it. It's kinda Yoshi's Cookie. It's if it were, it has the essence of it, but it's definitely not Yoshi's Cookie. There's empty spaces. That is a puzzle game they should bring back, though. Doing all of this was to sink the I think this is the SS Chocola, if I recall.
Yeah.
Just to sink it to the bottom of the sea, which will unlock a new area now that there's additional height here. Or at least, it'll remove that barrier there.
So these bloopers, another like weird enemy to avoid. But if you just spam X, like you normally won't get to an encounter.
Okie dokie. Thunder.
If I can recall, like, in an old all bosses route for the original, this section of the game doesn't care how you got here as long as you just get there somehow. So there was a way to get to this area early, and it just played along like, oh, you got here early, surely you did the whole SS Chocolate thing.
Hmm. There you go.
And this is gonna be the last bros move that is learned in the game. It's gonna use the hand powers to get there. This is where they'll learn Fire Dash, and I forget what the Thunder equivalent is called, but
Yeah, I'm not
it
sure.
lets Mario and Luigi move without rotating, so they can shimmy through areas.
And yeah, like you said, this is the longest of the 4 bean star pieces to collect. Thanks in part due to this. And of course we need some tutorial layouts to help us understand how this works.
So not only are they kidnapping you to do this tutorial and go get whatever MacGuffin it is in the back. They don't even refund you for the 200 coins you had to spend. They're just they're fleecing you real good here. Is Yoshi's Cookie part of Switch Online? I actually have no idea.
So what's great about the electric Luigi ability is we really don't even need it, as you'll see coming up. Even in this tutorial area, I believe it's not necessary.
Thunder.
Oh yeah, it's the rolling spikes that you'll be able to skip.
Yeah. Which we'll see later on as well. There's only a couple spots where you actually need to move these boo statues in the game. But yeah, they've made the speed just so perfect that you can just hold it upright while you're stacked, and it's...
That is so much easier to skip using that in this game. It's possible to do that in the original, but it's a lot more precise and cursed.
They were looking out for us.
Yeah, there'd be no reason why you'd want to do that in the original unless you were playing rando on hard logic. Yeah, that like did a very minor skip of that area too, because at least do they still have the spinning bubbles there at the top to get up there?
Yeah, they do. So another instance of where you can just... They didn't cap the height in the underwater section for whatever reason.
You can just skip the fire dash too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Spin jump's too good.
Which is why I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, if a skip ever were to be found, even for the later areas, we do not need these abilities. I'm just saying.
Just for anybody that might have been joining here later, like I used to speedrun the original game, but I have not seen a speedrun of the remake until now. This is I'm going in blind here, so like that was legitimate like surprise right there with just spin jumping through just all these things here.
So definitely just some more dash and tutorials. And I know I've said it a lot, but like, another great boss coming up. Super original, super unique.
It's definitely one of the more memorable ones for me. Not only just from a design standpoint, but like the fight itself is also just got some unique mechanics to it too. Is the Hermie fight going to be pretty RNG based, or is the power just so high that it doesn't matter?
It's just not really gonna matter.
Thunder.
Pretty much from this point going forward, we're gonna kill every boss in 2 turns or less.
Let's go.
Oh, that was just unfortunate.
These encounters are just so brutal to dodge.
And yeah, from this point going forward is only gonna become more difficult. The viruses were pretty bad, but Joke's End and the final area are gonna give the viruses a run for their money. But yeah, you can just completely skip the the bubble spins, like you don't need to use them.
I'm sure I'm not alone in like just assuming that you couldn't and did it the intended way. This is where playing the original first is a detriment.
Yeah, we have
It's
a
just-
crab Christmas tree.
It's the giant hermit crab Christmas tree.
And everybody here loves him. They love to just decorate him and cover him in shiny things that they find. I believe
Little
that
bit of-
Hermie comes from Alpha Dream's original game that wasn't Superstar Saga, a game called Tomato Adventure. So they basically reused the design from that game and threw him in this game.
I had no idea that was the case.
Yeah.
Big lucky hit there.
Incredible lucky hit. You can see he's already in a second phase. Anytime you see an enemy or a boss fight like start glowing like this, they're in their second phase.
And that Thunder Bros attack reduces defense. So it's just gonna be even bigger here. Except Hermie went into hiding, so
Yeah, that's fine. He should still die here, I believe. Oh, never mind.
ooh, just
So
short.
close. Yeah, when a boss goes into their second phase like this, they actually deal more damage and their attacks become faster, so they gain speed as well. But the Spin Bros is just so incredibly overpowered.
And the lucky hit was like double the damage.
Yeah, right. I thought it would already be dead, but still good. Yeah, and like I said before, these level ups are pretty meaningless at this point.
There is a little side quest you can do in this game to give Hermie another star. They're gonna put on top some kind of performing starfish kind of thing. I think once you get Ultra Hammers, you can do that. Hermie just wants to look pretty. Don't we all?
Coming up,
Yeah.
another minigame.
That's the second half of this game in a nutshell, is just various mini games out of nowhere. Now this one has a very steep price of 500 coins.
Which is also important as to why we had to get the Spin Bros in only a few turns. Oh, accidentally saying no there.
Why would they put no first?
Right?
I don't get it.
Here we go. This minigame is honestly pretty difficult for what it is.
It's kind of funny because in the original you can almost win this by standing still and doing nothing. If you get lucky enough.
And this is a minigame where you can just flex. The timer doesn't stop for anything, really. The timer actually goes faster every time you get hit.
And 20 points is what you need, I believe. So that was cutting it a little close there, actually.
Coming up, the third installment, or our favorite friend.
Let's go! Okie dokie.
What is that noise?
Let's go!
Yeah.
That...
Man, this song is just so good.
Another big lucky hit.
Nice. Yes, that was incredible lucky.
Let's go!
Nice. Yeah, I'm not even sure if the defense sound was worth it, but...
So, the composer for this game, Yoko Shimomura, is also well known for the Kingdom Hearts games, and I don't think it's as noticeable in Superstar Saga, but in the later games in Mario and Luigi, for sure, you can see some Kingdom Hearts inspired music in the games. Like, there's a joke for Paper Jam and Dream Team especially, that their final boss themes sound like they were ripped out of Kingdom Hearts.
Even in the Bowser's Inside Story remake, there's some new songs in that game that are very reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts. They're kind of out of place almost.
Thunder!
So we got time for a couple donations.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're just gonna go to through another minigame.
Another minigame, you say? All right then. Well, we have $10 from Veriphage. Thank you very much for that donation. That donation actually broke the tie for our Celeste named Mid-War. And that put Trans Rights in the lead with $30, actually. But we also have a $25 donation from the Valiant Son, who says, "Let's unlock Yoshi-san's Celeste run." And that also added an option to name the file name for Celeste Yoshisawa, and that's now in second place with $25. And altogether, that puts us with only $90 to go until we add in that Celeste one-handed bonus run. We are so close, everyone.
So close, and there's only an hour left of the run, so...
Yeah, only an hour left on that estimate.
But yeah, here's Harhal, which is, I believe, the only reference to a real-life person. Then guess it's Andy Warhol, who's a painter, but they've decided to make a fashion designer.
You know, that tracks.
Close enough.
This, So after you do this mini game, there's a you can come back and do this mini game again, and if you get every possible color and design combination, you get Harhal's pants, which they aren't very good, but they're there. It's probably the most cursed check in Rando. And there's an option to disable it for very good reason. Oh, I forgot the last color was different.
Yeah, it's orange. Just for some reason, that all those make orange instead of brown. I'm not really sure how that checks out.
It's Beanstar piece number 3. And the last one here is gonna be the relevant for the bean fruits that Reef's been collecting. You can thankfully collect them in advance instead of starting the mission and then going back and having to go all across the overworld to find 7 of them, I want to say. Also a hilarious check in Rando, by the way, if something gets placed there.
Just more comfy vibes, honestly.
So, this area here, they, these enemies here are much higher level than you would expect for them to be in an overworld area. And at least in my first playthrough of the original game, I remembered going to that area and getting decimated by them, those Tanumbas, because they just do so much damage. And they mitigate it in the remake by putting a barrier there. So you can't go to that section unless you go out of your way the opposite direction. And so it's just another... It's not a particularly elegant solution to that balance issue, but they were cognizant of that as well. There's one bean fruit remaining, which it looks like you might have... Looks like you have to talk to the guy first before you can do it.
Yeah, you do. For the best boss fight in the entire game. So you can actually skip this platform right here with just with a precise spin.
I think that's exclusive to this game.
Yeah, it is. It's actually pretty easy. Yeah, the best boss fight in the game. Piranha Bean. The only solo Luigi fight as well, I believe.
The only required one anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was quick. So, it's funny that you call it a boss, because the Superstar Saga has an all bosses category to make use of all the glitches that the Japanese version has. And when I was originally making up the category for it, I didn't want to do this fight because otherwise you'd have to go talk to the guy and all that. So, I made the rules specifically to skip this fight because I didn't want to do it.
That's honestly valid. As you can see, we killed him in one turn. I don't know if that constitutes as a boss fight. It doesn't have the boss fight music, so.
That was my justification, is that it did not have boss fight music, so it's not a boss.
In my heart, he's still my favorite boss. Yeah, now we've collected all the bean fruits. It's time to get the last piece of bean star. And we'll be off onto the final, non-final area.
Oh, the movie posters are different. I forgot about this. There's like a Dream Team reference there. They used to have like the legendary Starfy there. Great series, by the way. I'd highly recommend playing the Starfy games.
Especially the DS ones, I remember.
So yeah, the whole thing that's going on here is the owner of the theater wants to, he found this bean star piece and he wants something to replace the signs with. So that's what these neon eggs are supposed to be replacing.
I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's best not to question these things too much. Like, aren't those like Yoshi kids like on the sign? But whatever. It doesn't matter.
But best not to think too hard about it. Or if you want to think too hard about it, you could give a donation and give your thoughts on what happens to those Yoshi eggs.
Yeah, we're running out of time. We're getting to the end of the run. Believe it or not.
And there's 2 dungeons remaining.
We've got $90 to go, and we have to get that $90 before this run's over, or else we won't unlock that bonus run.
And we got a different colored 3DS this time.
I say right now, Ref is on track to beat our estimate by close to 10 minutes almost, so. Get those donations in.
And that exchange rate of mushroom coins to bean coins really tanked.
Alright, so we're gonna purchase some more gear here, like I said before. And now we're just on our way to get the Ultra Hammers. And another incredibly overpowered Bros move. These Bros moves are so interesting because they've changed them from how they work in the original as well.
Yeah, Swing Bros was initially used to steal rare items from enemies. Though the final coffee item kind of made that move useless, because then you just got them guaranteed. Or is Cyclone being skipped, or...?
I suppose so. Normally it's used for the final fight, but I guess we're gonna use Chopper Bros for the rest of the run. Cyclone Blow is just interesting because if you fail the last hit, the last action command of the move, it actually does like almost triple the amount of damage as normally hitting the action command. Which is also just another weird oversight that the developers.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I've been hyping this up for the whole run, but the encounters in this area they're different because there's like a homing attack from an enemy, which is gonna be incredibly unfortunate. So you're gonna see him stack right here because this game doesn't have stair hopping like the original game, but for some reason you can just spinning up the stairs is much faster. And you can see right there why this area is going to be such a big problem. These guys are incredibly annoying.
If they behave anything like the original, they will have specific aggro ranges, but even then, like, they're just so hard to avoid.
There's gonna be one instance where these sniffets can target Mario and Luigi, so... But it's completely random as well. I still love that you can just not use the electric move.
You just run right on through there too. Just what a useless ability.
I don't know if you can call it a gimmick of an area, but this is basically the gimmick of this area. We're gonna heat up soup and use that to advance. No more minigames for the rest of the run.
Yeah, this dungeon's just it's basically the culmination of all the moves that you've learned up to this point. Like, you use everything in here. And it also has the, we're just about to approach here. It's the longest segment where Mario and Luigi are separated during this. And this is kind of the other main gimmick of the dungeon here.
I guess there is a minigame in this area, if you count the block minigame.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a revisit of the University one.
This is also RNG, I suppose, but normally doesn't vary too much. Another nice visual change. They've changed how the top of the area looks.
Okie dokie.
It can't be understated how much of an improvement the music is for this dungeon. Like frankly, the original's soundtrack for this one was grating on the ears after a while.
Even after, I would say, like 30 seconds, it gets repetitive, so...
Yeah.
Just the few added notes on the music is... It's definitely a game changer.
Hi.
Got time for a couple quick announcements?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Alright. So I want to say, for those of you who just joined us, you are watching Midwest Speedfest Tune-Up, an online speedrun marathon raising funds to help us purchase better equipment for our on-site events, like our upcoming marathon this April at VGMCon in Minnesota. We are live all day today showcasing amazing speedruns for our online community. And if you would like to contribute, you can go to donate.midwestspeedfest.com or type !donate in chat and follow the link. We also have a pinned link up at the top there,
Hi.
because we're trying to reach a $2,000 milestone, and it looks like we have actually just met that $2,000 milestone, so we will be seeing our bonus run of Celeste one-handed. Thank you all so much.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
And a
Good
couple
job,
of those
everyone.
Good job, everyone. Yep, and a couple of those donations, one of them is $25 from DD, who just says trans rights. And another is a donation from someone named Alta Biscuit. That name sounds familiar, I'm not sure from where. But Alta Biscuit says, I'm here to donate 65 billion mushroom coins to the cause. Unfortunately, due to current exchange rates, that equals to $65, but that will have to do.
Hammer.
And you know what? I think that will do, because thank you all so much for helping to get us to that milestone.
Yeah, who is that guy?
I don't know, who is that guy? Very generous, whoever they are.
Big shoutouts.
Let's go.
I'd also like to say that Trans Rights is very much in the lead right now for that Celeste Family bid war, with $120 currently. So once again, thank you all so much.
Let's go.
So once again, thank you all so much. 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 So once again, thank and
Alright,
also
so
trans rights. Go ahead.
here's the Jajora fight, which we're absolutely just gonna decimate. All of the boss fights coming up are just gonna be a cakewalk, pretty much.
That's a
Let's go.
that's a move I honestly forgot existed from Jojora.
Let's go.
Yeah, these bosses are just melting.
It's only gonna get better from here. Because the last area in this game is basically just a boss gauntlet, with also like a test of all of our abilities. Probably like the hardest platforming sections of the game and such. But we still have a ways to go before that. We have to meet our friend one last time, of course.
The final dungeon, or Bowser's Castle, is easily... It's probably about a quarter of the game.
Yeah, it's extremely long.
Hammer.
So their plan was foiled. They had a fake Beanstar because they knew that they were getting ready to have it stolen, but they saw right through the plan. Now coming up is a great comedic section, right? Great plan.
I mean, let's be real. Luigi slays in this outfit.
Can't even tell the difference. We won't question how they sound exactly the same. Luigi's speech impression is just that good.
It's that Luigi logic.
A huge cockroach. Iconic line.
Luigi would be afraid of bugs. Conveniently placed beam right there.
The Luigi comedy is just so great throughout the entire game.
Thunder. Oh yeah. Yahoo.
Alright, we retrieve the Beanstar. There's been kind of a bromance going on throughout the game between Luigi and Peasley, so we're gonna wrap up that side story as well here at the end.
This final section here in Tiki Valley, at least when I first played, I always wondered what this area was about, because it blocks it off, and then you finally get the Ultra Hammers to check it out, and then you're still walled off. And it's like, well, how do you get past this section? It turns out it's an endgame area. But pretty famously in any percent for the original, you can clip through the wall there and get to this last boss fight with Popple. And it turns out that's the story trigger that triggers the end game. So, I don't know if that's the case here or not. I don't think there's no skip here. But if anybody's looking at potentially breaking this game, this would be one of the first places I'd look to try and get to early.
Pretty sure it does work the same way. I'm pretty sure there's somebody's used cheats to get to this area, and it acts the same way. Still counter Popple here at the end, and it triggers the in-game sequence. So, just saying, for any glitch hunters out there who might be watching,
It's there.
it's possible. It might not be possible, but the
The
possibility
potential
is
is there.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Okie dokie. Let's go.
Here we go. Savor this music. This is the real last time.
間違えた。これが1回目。
Oh no. Accidentally messed up the timing there. But like we said before, it's only an extra turn. It's no big deal. Easy mode has got our back. Oh no.
そうですね。
Even on easy mode, Birdo can just one-shot you.
Let's go.
Holy cow, that attack is so much faster.
Yes, that was really fast, right?
OK。
Nice.
It looks like stealing that badge might have been intentional.
Yes, it was.
Okay. What does that badge do?
Just increases attack, I believe.
Oh, so this is what's going to trivialize the boss fights in Bowser's Castle, huh?
Yeah, it gives you plus 40 POW, actually. And to look at the specifics. This is gonna be super useful. As if the boss fights weren't gonna be trivial enough. Like, we need another badge that's gonna add plus 40 POW. So yeah, what happened at the beginning was he accidentally selected Birdo for the Ben Bros Advanced.
Okay. The, Oh, I guess I was misremembering. It was Rookie that counterattacks if you attack Popple while he's there, but I guess it doesn't matter with Birdo.
I also thought Birdo counterattacked, but I guess not. Alright, here we go. Final area, which also, I think, has the best music in the entire game.
I haven't listened to the Bowser's Castle theme from the remake in a while, so I'm excited.
I say it's the best. I say it sounds way better than the original, even. And now, if you remember at the beginning of the run, the conveniently placed pipe in Hoo-Hoo Mountain. Finally. Good to see it once again.
Such a good pipe.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it wasn't there in the original.
Do we have time for a quick announcement?
Sure.
Alright, so we have met the milestone incentive for that Celeste one-handed run, but we have a new milestone incentive. Yes, if we raise $2,222, we will not only see, of course, the Celeste one-handed run, but we will be seeing the Celeste D-sides done one-handed. So yes, there's a milestone incentive, $2,222 to see the Celeste C-sides done one-handed. And those C-sides are pretty difficult with two hands, but this will be one-handed. So get hyped for that and get your donations in.
Alright, so throughout Bowser's Castle, we're gonna fight all of the Koopalings. But not only that, each Koopaling is gonna have their own specific like gimmick. So Iggy here, the controls are just randomized, like, and you have to quickly figure out which direction is what. It's not completely reversed. Like right could be up, such going on, so forth.
I forgot that the stats get messed up in this.
Yeah, like all of the Koopalings are gonna have some weird stuff going on.
Oh.
But it doesn't even matter.
Oh.
Completely decimated.
By the way, the C-side's one-handed. It's worth it. I've seen it. It's real good.
Yeah, I'm real hyped for that run. We've got $222 to go before we get there.
Magic Koopas.
Oh,
Let's go!
oh yeah, I forgot to mention it earlier, but Mythic Ref actually puts some ants that increase the percentage of lucky hit happens, so we're gonna hopefully see a lot more luckies in these boss fights coming up. Yeah, these magic Koopas are absolutely brutal.
Well, sometimes their magic wand malfunctions and they don't shoot a fireball, which is ideal.
Yeah, they're so annoying to avoid. I was not lying about the enemies becoming progressively more difficult to avoid.
Is the Boo Room still atrocious?
It is still atrocious. But hopefully, we're hoping for no encounters. Yeah, hopefully we'll see luckies on all of these fights, basically.
You got one lucky there.
I'm not exactly sure what the percentage is or how it actually increases the lucky hits, but
Maybe a counterattack kill here?
I think so.
Oh, so close.
It was really close.
You also just get so many free level ups from all the bosses here, so like on a casual playthrough, you're probably gaining like 10 levels just in this area alone.
We might as well put them in PAL, like it only takes a few extra seconds.
And the intro of the song into the strings is doing some work.
I'm a huge fan.
Let's go.
These guys are pretty annoying. You're gonna see them when it just barely didn't work out. If you stand on just the tip of the edge right there, you can actually just avoid that guy from moving up on you. But
Yeah, it works the same way in the original too. It's a lot more precise than it has any right to be.
yeah.
So, if you go further right on that last screen, that is where the mush badge is in this game.
Okie dokie.
It's in the final dungeon, and it's like a shell of its former self.
It's completely nerfed. Like it's just completely overshadowed by our other badges we have on right now, and easy mode, of course.
Let's go.
I would say even in the normal mode route, you're not picking up much bad just because it's so late in the run.
So with the thing before the fight where you're trying to find Lenny here, I know the first one was always a failure no matter what. Is that the same here too, or is it just random?
I believe it's just totally random. But if you wait a few seconds, I believe there is actually a tell in this game.
Jump. Hi. Jump. Hammer.
But talking about potential skips, if there ever is a skip found, like a huge skip, this area is probably a nightmare because we're still gonna have to. By the way, that completely looked like it should have hit. Right?
Yeah, that. Once again, the perspective on these are just so not intuitive. Oh, I see they changed the third one there.
Yeah, it's not just running around in like a circle.
That was so annoying. So, a little fun fact, there's only one other spot in the game where you have to push water out using Thunder Hand like that to make something grow, and it's an optional room. And they have a sign there that tells you how to do it, because it's possible you could have gone through the entire game without doing that.
This little thing is just as finicky as it is in the original, I would say. It's
Looks
still
like
really
it.
it's really awkward.
Okie
So this boss fight is different than all of the others because it's just based on one counterattack. If you couldn't notice, there's a giant orb floating down, so you have to return the hit. Ref's actually pause buffering it because if you miss this, you die. So, taking it safe.
That's a lot of damage.
1998, what a great year.
Let's go.
I'm sure he's pause buffering because he has indeed died to that attack before, as I'm sure any runner of this run probably has.
Hammer.
Depth perception is definitely not your friend in this game. That Magic Cube is really awkward, so she got a misfire.
We're coming up on a funny little reference in this game. The side areas have like these little mini Mario platforming sections, which are supposed to, you know, evoke the whole, you know, Super Mario Brothers feeling. And this one is the going to be the castle level of that.
Super fun area, by the way.
Yeah, you get a little bit of everything in here, that's for sure. The cardboard Bowser just kills me every time. This is another place with these double blocks here that they have to put another sign on because you only see these in optional areas.
It's our boy.
Oh boy, isn't it? It's our boy Roy.
Let's go.
Probably the hardest fight in the glitchless run for the original, just because of the unavoidable attack.
Yeah, they have definitely nerfed him in this game, for sure.
A big lucky hit.
Not like we're gonna see any problems anyway, but...
No. No, the original definitely has an infamous difficulty spike at the end.
Oh no. Mario actually died. This shouldn't be a problem. We'll just have to use a one-up mushroom.
Ooh, it ate the turn too.
Oh no, oh no. I think he's just opting to die just so we have more one-up mushrooms for later, just in case.
Mamma mia. Mamma mia.
That's unfortunate.
But here we go, we get to see the great change. You can just retry the battle. If this were a glitchless run on the original, you would have to redo the entire Bowser's Castle.
Yeah. Or wherever you saved last. Which
Hopefully before Bowser's Castle.
oh, that may just be a kill there. No. I have no idea what the HP values are in this game. The scaling is just so much different.
Yeah. He's really close. Like, I think even if Mario dies, he might be able to kill.
Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Nice, we got the good attack. Much easier to to avoid.
Counterattack kill on top of that.
We might have jinxed him by saying it was they nerfed him a bit, right?
Maybe.
Definitely still nerfed.
Now that's kind of the whole thing with Mighty Force. You want to kill them before they kill you.
Nice. No encounter there. What's up? Oh, I spoke a little too soon, I guess.
This is the boo room.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Completely skipped that entire room.
Let's go. Hammer. Okie dokie. Hammer.
There's another blink and you'll miss it moment.
Let's go. Okie dokie.
Hopefully we'll kill Wendy here in one turn too.
Let's go.
Oh, I see the cursor just sticks on the real one anyway.
Yeah. Alright, nice.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Thunder.
Almost at the end.
You know, just 3 fights left at this point.
Nice. That Kemet can just force an encounter if it feels like it as well, so got lucky there.
I think only one of them has gotten in the way so far, so it's been pretty good luck in that regard.
Hammer.
Can you use the hammers to break the walls here in this game too?
Yeah, and I think it's even less tight, so.
Let's go. Okie dokie. Let's go. Okie dokie.
Here we go. Call back to Joke's End.
Okie dokie.
version of the theme is definitely feels more ambient, but I think it works for it. Hey,
It's a different vibe.
it kind of works with how dark and glowing the area is. Oh my god, the laughing.
Another boss fight where we'll want to see a kill on a counterattack as well, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Nice. You can see all the luckies, our pants really putting in the work there. Oh, Chopper Advance. Let's go. Maybe not. Maybe we're not gonna see a counterattack.
Nope.
Oh, nice, nice.
Those lucky hits on Chopper really put in some work.
Yeah, that was incredible. See, which makes me understand the pants even less. Like, I don't understand. Like, almost every hit was a lucky attack.
I believe with Chopper Brothers specifically, if you get the lucky hit, it just applies it to all of them.
Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense.
And the Magic Koopa cooperates a second time there.
Yeah, also very scary. But alright, here we go. Another great boss fight. All of the Koopalings are pretty forgettable, but everybody remembers this fight.
It's just so extra.
Okie dokie.
I love it. So, in the North American release of the original, Popple's theme plays here, but the Japanese version fixed it, and the remake has the proper song here, which is Cackleta's theme from when you fight her in University.
You could just see Ref going ham
Yeah.
on the A button. Alright, hopefully he'll die to this, but we'll see. Nice. The mashing paid off. If he didn't kill him there, he would have went back into the little robot, and it would have just wasted a lot of time.
Strong finish to the boss rush here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye-bye.
You don't really get the same comedic effect. You don't really get the same comedic effect because all of the cutscenes are sped up. You miss out on like half of it.
That exchange between Peasley and Fawful is an all-timer.
Alright, we're prepping up for the final fight. Everybody's favorite. Another banger as well. Maybe my favorite in the entire game.
The extra effects here for dramatic effect.
Let's go. Okie dokie.
The true final fight is pretty divisive, I would say, but everybody can agree that this one is incredible.
Oh yeah, this one is a banger for sure.
Yoko went extra hard. If you couldn't already guess, we're just gonna decimate Ballada. Not even a problem.
Let's go.
The extra speed from the item we just equipped to allowed Mario to take an extra turn, so.
Mamma mia.
There's not even a chance for an extra long attack.
So, the second phase of this fight is very infamous in the original, because you start with 1 health, but then Cackletta can get a turn on you before you have a chance to heal, but they have addressed the problems here in this one, so.
It's not completely unfair.
Alternatively, you can just go for it.
Ref also equips some pants that allow us to take an extra hit, so even if he does get hit, it'll be fine. We can take a couple hits before we'll actually start taking damage. These remake exclusive items, they're just, you know.
Let's go.
And there's the extra turn coming into play here. And getting an extra turn before the body parts can show up again. Oh god, it's this attack.
Yeah, really slow attack, right? It's still going.
Speaking of things that are infamous in the original, like that attack lags the game. And it makes it even harder to dodge, but thankfully not a problem for the solid 60 FPS here.
Yeah, you can see Ref tank a hit there from the extra slow attack.
Got a safety nut here, so we're good.
Let's go.
And honestly, tank another hit. Yeah. We should be good with this attack. It should kill with this turn. And nice. GG.
Still have the escape sequence, but that's the that's effectively the end of the game here. Good job, Reef.
Definitely way less stressful than a regular 80% run, would you say?
Yeah, just a little bit, but still, even in the remake, this fight is no slouch.
That's true.
It's still tough. Made it look easy, but it's still, you can't underestimate it. Easily just casually flies in. Hey, by the way, I set this to blow up. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Hurry up. Get out.
Was that Peasley's Rose locking the
Yeah.
door? I didn't remember that. When is time? It's final text box, right?
That's when it's coming up in like 5 seconds when the gift box hits the ground. And time.
GG. Great run.
Great run. 10 minutes under estimate. Let's go.
Thank you, everyone.
Great job.
Yeah, it's a great run.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.